Hey everyone, welcome to Tellor Dev Call, September 6th. Yeah, lots of fun stuff going on. Happy to jump off. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed your nice long weekend. That's good. Yeah, so the big things that we're doing this week, still kind of going over some of the auditor changes. So we made the changes the auditor sent, and then we sent them back to the auditor, and then we got the report back from the auditor that said we made said changes, which is exciting. So he approved the changes. So we're all good to go. We literally got that thing back today. So we're gonna go over it today, and then the plan is to deploy to Rinkeby and kick off the vote there tomorrow. So assuming everything goes as planned, that should be it. And then, yeah, so for timeline, for those of you paying attention, deploy to Rinkeby, kick off the vote. You have a week-long vote plus a one-day period. So in 8 days, it'll be live on Rinkeby. Then we test some more for 2 weeks. The plan is currently 2 weeks of testing. If there are any sort of hiccups, bugs, issues like that, it restarts said process, which is good because you found something. But it would restart it. Probably not going to be anything. We're just going to make sure everything works. Telly works, front ends work. Everything's cool for 2 weeks. Then we kick off the mainnet vote, which is, again, a 7-day long vote, which we need all your guys' help to meet quorum. We have a 7-day long vote and then a 1-day long challenge period. And then it's live on mainnet. So like 4 or 5, 6 weeks, somewhere along those, most likely. Yeah, as we go, you know, there's probably like going to be a day or two in between each one, just because you want to make sure it all goes as planned. So I think what we're targeting is end of October-ish would be the actual live kickoff date. That's like a very real.
Halloween.
What?
Halloween.
We can do Halloween. Yeah, I think Halloween.
No, we're gonna do after Halloween because I have to be back in DC.
Okay, so, right. And this is we're doing after Halloween, but
by November 1st or
2nd. Okay, Halloweenish time. Yes. So perfect. And now, yeah. What else are we doing? The other thing, you guys saw EthOnline kicked off. So we are doing the biggest Ethereum global online hackathon. That's how they brand themselves. And yeah, so we're mentors, we're sponsors. Hopefully we get a lot of people building on Tellor. And then I think a few of us are building. So it's super fun. And yeah, and then I'm on a few podcasts this week too. So that's exciting. So, and then I posted on Friday, if you guys saw, I did a deep dive, one of my usual deep dives, but it was on Tellor. So it was, if you guys want to watch an hour and 15 minutes of me talking about Tellor, that's the place to go. So it was really good. Sasha Milik, who is former API 3 founder. Well, I guess she's always going to be a founder. It's forever. She was sort of the guest host, and she did a really good job at kind of grilling me on some of the ins and outs about what makes Tellor different and what makes it cool. So, all right, Tim, how's things going?
Yeah, things are going well. So right now I'm working on some like live testing for when we deploy Tellor 360. So I can we'll be calling different functions and checking that different variables update on chain. So I'm mainly working on some scripts for that right now. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Sounds good. Tim's our guy, so if anything goes wrong with 360, it's Tim's fault.
My fault.
So it's really important to set up a fall guy, so if something goes wrong, we can just fire him. That's what we're anyway, yeah, that didn't happen last time. Anything went wrong, but so we're learning. Owen, how's the cliffs of wherever you're at?
My studio apartment's great. Yeah, so just made a video this morning for Spuddy. Hope you enjoy that gift. Found another bug from some Viva changes. So I need to fix that. And then just like overall, there's a couple bugs that are new to Tellor. I think Tellor's taking care of those. Crown's kind of handling that tip listener piece of Tellor. After I finish the Diva bug, there's a docs build bug. Lots of bugs. And yeah, that's preventing our docs from being updated on GitHub. So
I feel like, sorry, Brendan.
No, the monitor, did you guys push an update to that? To the dispute monitor?
The dispute monitor or the monitor?
which monitor?
Which monitors? I'm sorry.
Monitor for our monitors. Which monitor, Brenda?
I think it's the
one with the graphs, or the one that is live and you get the text messages for?
the text messages.
Disputable values monitor.
Yeah,
Oh, well, we've
disputable
kind of tabled that until we get these bugs sorted out.
Okay, but it
and
still runs. Even with the current bugs, like it runs.
Yeah.
Ready?
It does run. It doesn't look like it's running because the
CLI output was taken out.
part of it. Yeah. So even if it doesn't look like it's running, it is running. It works.
Okay.
Wait, Spuddy. It doesn't do CLI output anymore, but it does make a CSV, just so you know.
Okay.
Yeah, if that makes sense. So like that table output to the terminal is just in a file now. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you know.
I did not know.
Okay.
Okay, so we should still expect notifications if something was wrong.
I'm running it on a mainnet version
Right.
for sure.
Cool. Tally?
Hey, I finished the dyad integration, but if you saw the messages from them, they want to use, they actually want to use, they want to fork Liquidity and fork that integration. Did you see that?
And so, yeah, so now they're just going to use Solidity.
I guess. I was like, I don't know how you can use both Viper and Solidity, but yeah.
I think you're going to find out.
They're going to find out, and then they're going to come crawling back to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so, no offense to the dyad guys if they watch this. Okay. And as well, I was working on the monitor automation, so I'm trying to do it so that the script that updates the monitor, the graphs that they're most recent, it just does automatically on GitHub Actions. But I ran into a blocker with Psycho PG2, like the PostgreSQL library. So I was just trying to figure that out. But I'm gonna just run it manually today, buy some time for that. Yeah, and I did a PR on multi-call in Tellor feeds that I just added a lot of typing and stuff and did some fixes to the code, but it broke some stuff too. So I'll be looking at that today.
Cool. Right. Ryan, that's life.
Hey, yeah, I've been talking with Ciro. He's been an awesome community member, helping us work out the front ends. So we're kind of troubleshooting getting his first solution through subgraph instead of instead of connecting a wallet. So he's working on that. And then I'm just deep in the EthOnline Discord, getting a lot of good hits on there. So just want to make sure everyone's being tended to and we get as much presence as possible there.
Cool. Spuddy, anything else?
Ryan, did you hear from Dov on ETH Global?
No.
Okay. He reached out in our Discord about doing like sports stats feed.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that's cool. I just kind of caught up on everything that was going on over the weekend. The data feed looks good. What else? I can't think of anything else. I'm waiting for, I had a router problem over the weekend that I didn't catch for like a day and a half. So I still don't have a synced Ethereum node. Working on that. The one in the office might be synced.
Oh, how would Nick check?
I can check from here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's, I'll check now. But yeah. I'm gonna be watching Owen's Diva protocol instructions that he made. I don't know if he made those just for me or if we can, I don't know what, but anyway, I'm gonna learn how to submit Diva data today so I can help people do that. And that's probably it for me.
Could that be consumed by other reporters, Owen, if they wanna know?
Secret.
It has your,
because it's not final yet. Like it's still
Yeah, and they have all their
testing.
repositories private. So there's some of that in there. You can cut that out.
well, for anybody listening, we're working on making sure that Tellor can report data for Diva protocol, and Diva protocol is a new decentralized derivatives project. Everything's on chain. It's really cool.
Cool.
And basically Owen did a tutorial, but it's mostly internal.
Yeah. It's for us to learn how to do it so that we can digest it more and then teach the community how to do it too.
We have a call with them in 15. Also.
Akram.
I'm working on the tip listener refactoring 360 changes. But it's new getter. So, and also knowing that, I guess from all the learning I've been doing lately, I'm trying to make the code a little bit easier. So I'm refactoring everything. So it's kind of a bigger job, more efficient, I guess, and less calls to make.
Nice.
A lot of code though.
Awesome.
I don't like that, but
A lot of code, but you're getting less code. Because you're refactoring.
right, easier to read. Yep.
You're right. Perfect. I like to hear. Cool. That's about it. Ryan, I think we got a bunch of questions. Yeah, and I mean, I can, before you ask the questions, I can just say, like, I know we got a lot of them that are price related. We've sort of had a policy for a long time. I mean, you can summarize them or just ask them if they're different. But as far as price questions go, we generally don't talk about the price. We generally try and stay out of it. We have, from the beginning of Tellor, we've tried, the market moves and the market's gonna move. And we try and ignore it as best we can. It makes it hard sometimes, but it's kind of just crypto. We try and, as you guys can tell from these calls, we're really focused on actually building things and actually trying to just make it useful for the partners that want to integrate us. We're not gonna change how we behave based upon short-term price movements. And by short-term, I mean like anything under multiple months. Like it's like we don't move. Like obviously, if we went to 1,000 and stayed there for 6 months, yeah, like it changes what we can do, and it does have an effect on Tellor. Or if we went to 0 and we stayed there for multiple months, it has an effect. But the price doubling or having and then doing it again in a few weeks, like anytime you sort of try and shift your focus away from the long-term thinking, it causes you to just kind of chase these short-term fads, and it never pays out. So that said, we will probably not be addressing too many of your price concerns. We had people yelling, you can ask Brenda, who's been here since obviously forever, like, we had people yelling at us about the price whenever it was not holding a $3 peg originally. And then we had people yelling at us. We went from 8 to 1 in December of 2019. It just happens. Things go up, things go down. You gotta, we're trying to figure out where the market's actually headed and plan accordingly. So on that.
And our main focus is on building like long term. So, but we're here. So I know things suck right now, but we're still here. We're building and we're moving forward. So
It's
hopefully
actually
to see. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Brenda, but that was one of the things that people are concerned with, is that you're here, right?
Yeah, I'm here. My dog is great. I'm here. My life.
Your
is
cell looks nice.
last week, huh?
Your cell looks nice.
Yeah, I know, fancy. But yeah, everything's Anyway, I don't even want to talk about it, because seriously, it's just
Yeah.
I don't even know where that
There's
is from.
no need to.
Yeah,
We didn't start rumors. We can't. I mean, all we can do is show people that we're here. We're working.
exactly.
Cool. Yeah, the only thing on the that might be worth addressing. Someone asked who on your team is holding up TRB with perps. I think it might be worth just talking about like the team holding of TRB, just kind of give the new viewers a gist of how much.
At least in terms of the team, we use Tellor honestly, and basically just for big funding operations, for staking our, actually mostly test orders, and sometimes even tipping, just for testing. Other than that, we don't do anything with the token, because we are a US company. We want to make sure that, regulation here can be very volatile as well. And we just try and make sure that we're providing a service and we're using TRB as a utility token. That's what we do as a team and what we hold. And for voting, that's how we use it for.
But yeah, the team holds about 3-something%. Been that way for a while. Yeah.
Not a big percentage either, but
Yeah, and I mean, if you want to talk perps too, we can get into so like a lot of speculation. This is obviously price related, but this is actually my expertise, and I'll nerd out a little bit on it. So this is, do derivatives materially affect a price? And then this is something a lot of people have thought about in the real world. So if you notice, this is actually very relevant to, even over in Europe. They actually just banned shorting of energy stocks and energy prices over in Europe. That a lot of times they'll ban derivatives because they think that price speculation is going to either push prices down or raise prices up. And the answer is, can it do that? And the answer, of course, is yes. So like, if somebody takes out, it can, but there's a caveat, is it's very expensive to do so in the long run. So, like if somebody took out a massive short position in Tellor, usually what that means is that, you can think about that. There's a few ways to do it. You can either do it like on a futures market or a perp market, to where you actually don't have the asset, or like if you're actually shorting like through a decentralized protocol, you would like borrow Tellor and then agree to pay it back later at a shorter price. The reason that this is dangerous in crypto is that usually people will take out these giant long or short positions on massive leverage, and that alone doesn't move the price, but incentivizes them to go and either FUD or spread rumors about, launches and partnerships and XYZ. And it can do so in the long run. But there's always a cost to doing so. So like, like in the futures market, if you're trying to take out these long, even say options contracts, which is more similar, like if you're trying to take out these massive long positions, it costs you money to do so every few weeks, every month, every quarter, however long you're getting into these things for. So if the price doesn't go up and it doesn't materially affect and you get out, you're just paying money, and it's very expensive to do so in the long run. And you would, so same with like, if you wanted to actually manipulate the market, like you can look at like Uniswap's a great example. Like, can you go and manipulate the price of Uniswap higher? Yeah, anybody can. Like we had the Uniswap guy on here. It's relatively cheap to do so for a few seconds. If you wanted to affect it for 30 minutes, you can do it. It's going to be, you know, multi-millions of dollars is what we showed. If you want to do it for days or weeks or months, you're going to pay a price. Can you move it small amounts? Sure. But, you know, it's more so just about the messaging. And that's the thing I think you guys should realize about crypto too. It's all just a big messaging game. You know, nothing about crypto is fundamentally different than actual finances. You know, derivatives are not ruining the world. And yeah, these things, it's all just the ability to manipulate prices and messaging. It's just like amplified in crypto way more. So you have in the real world finance, you know, you have big traders who can move the markets. In crypto, like you have giant traders who can inside trade legally. So it's just even more fun. So just know that that's happening, and just that's why you just do it.
That might be happening, but like we don't know what happened, and we're also like, it's not financial advice, guys. This is just
I'm not even talking Tellor. Like Tellor is not unique in this form. It's just this is what happens in crypto. Just try and take a step back, look at it from you're buying and holding these things for 6 months to 5 years, and things will be fine. Pick some people you like and ride your horse. So cool. Anything else, Brian? Yeah, not financial advice, of course.
Not financial advice. Okay. Yeah, I mean, just to recap.
Literal.
Pardon, Owen? Okay. Yeah, just to recap on 360. So we're Halloween-ish. We just got back the first audit report today. So we're just addressing those and gonna send it back. So keep an eye out we're aiming for Halloween-ish. No specific date set. And then there was a couple, there was one about, is it possible for you guys to make a how-to video to set up as a reporter and earn TRB for dummies so we can get more reporters on the network, including myself? Example from a MacBook or something. I'm sure there's lots of normies who would love to get involved.
Yeah, we can eventually. I mean, it's tough. You know, it's the same, like we've talked about it before. Mining or reporting is competitive now. It can be difficult in the same way, like if somebody wanted to set up like a how to trade cryptocurrency 101, like you can do that, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to make money. So we just want to make sure that we caveat that.
Sorry, it's easy to run. I think it's easier to run Tellor than to actually create those monitors that will actually make you money, or create like those, what is it that one of the reporters used to use? Anyway, it's just very competitive. So running the reporter is not that hard. Monitors and like setting up to actually make money, that's what's very hard. So.
Yeah, we will set up guides for you to run reporters and report data, but not to make money.
Yeah, I mean, in videos that I've done in the past, I even say like I tried to help with the how to make money side of it also, but there's also like a simple mechanical problem with making videos, which is like a week after we make the video, the command flags are changing. So it's like, you know, Tellor is getting, I don't know if you guys follow our GitHub, but Tellor is updated all the time. We're working on it, and we're really trying to make it like as stable and reliable, like just like the best Oracle reporting software that we can make it. So it changes a lot. I think yes, the answer to the question of can we make a video is yes, but yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Anything else, Ryan?
Yeah, I just wanted to bring out a couple questions from the Deep Questions channel that I thought would be good for the YouTube exposure as well.
We got like 1 minute, and then we got to hop off for another one. So.
Okay. Well,
I think the advantages and disadvantages in the token.
I messed up the timing.
What was that, Brenda?
I think of all the questions, Nick, the one about the advantages of using or not using TRB when another chain is one of the most interesting ones.
Okay.
and how they would do it.
Yeah, I mean, that one I was talking in the deep questions for. This question comes up, and I had if you watched my deep dive with reality.eth, they have a teller-like system, but they use ETH as the collateral. And the question is what benefit is there to using TRB or using ETH as your collateral? And there's a few different benefits. So obviously, if you had, let's say your voting system was like ETH based, to where, you know, the teller system worked exactly as it was, but we used ETH instead of TRB. The cool thing about it is it's a lot easier to get ETH. More people probably have it. They have to use it to pay for gas. And then second of all, it's probably near impossible to buy 51% of ETH to break the vote. The downsides, however, you don't need to actually buy 51% of the ETH to break the vote. You need to buy 51% of the voting supply of ETH to break the vote. And the question is, would it actually be easier to buy? How many people are actually voting with their ETH would be the question. Probably only a limited amount. And it would actually probably be way easier to borrow a whole bunch of ETH to then go break the vote. That's one issue. The second issue is with staking. If you're using ETH and you're staked and reporting bad values, you can lose your ETH. But if you break that voting mechanism, that ETH that you just stole from everybody is still worth something. So, you know, if you trashed the teller system, you came in and broke the voting, reported a bunch of bad values, and then walked away, you could actually walk away with ETH, which is still valuable. It is valuable regardless of the teller system. Whereas if you're using TRB, the cool thing about it is if somebody comes and trashes the teller system, you know, they pay millions and millions of dollars to break the voting mechanism and to break everything, and they waste all that money and trash the teller system. All that TRB that they had accumulated in order to break it is now worthless because they just trashed the system. So the game theory actually works better if they don't have that big incentive or the ability to walk away actually with a profit even. Because there's no way to walk away with a profit if you try and break teller. That said, some systems, similar to like the Algorand system, we don't have a bridge for TRB. So can you use ETH in order to be the collateral? And the answer is yes. You just sort of have to know some of these caveats. So on the breaking of the votes, like there still is a multiple dispute rounds, things like that, but your cost to break is probably going to be a little bit lower. And you also want to pay attention to some of the lending markets for it. Which actually isn't an issue over on Algorand right now because there really aren't any. But you could theoretically have, like, you know, people borrowing it to vote or to break your protocol. So you would want to pay attention to that. I guess you could have it with TRB, but it's not really an issue yet. Yeah, so those would be some of the things I guess you would want to just pay attention to. You could write an oracle that has value either way, and some people, like the reality.eth person was saying that the benefit of using ETH simply because it's easy to accumulate and easy for people to understand actually outweighs the security benefits, which that's fair argument. Yeah. So yeah, anyway, that's my interesting analysis we did.
Sweet, thanks. Yeah, if there's anybody that has other questions, we have that deep questions channel in the Discord, so feel free to ask them in there. We addressed what Nick just talked about in there as well. So that's it though.
Cool, guys. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
See?
Thanks.
All right.